Hey guys, working on day 21 of load, and the prompt for today was stick a pin in it, and it was sort of talking about taking a look at the world around you and where you are on the map, and scrapbooking about something that, about your neighborhood or your environment or something like that. So I have this photo I took last summer. We've lived in our house since 2007. Yeah, so going on 6 years. And I grew up a city kid. I grew up in Baltimore City, and it wasn't such a scary place then. And parts of it are gorgeous and not so scary now, but you don't see those parts on the news. But anyway, I digress. I have always wanted to live somewhere that had a water tower. Because in the city you don't have water towers. And this had no bearing on us buying our house whatsoever, but I was so delighted to find out that the town that we live in actually has a water tower with its name on it. And I was so, I just always wanted to live in a town with a water tower. And I'm sure that, I travel all the time now, I see lots of places, and there are a lot of towns with water towers, and some that, decorate them up and do really cool things with them. But I don't know, there was just something about moving to this neighborhood, and it's a small military, it's a small town, lots of military here, and it's just I just feel very at home here, and it was just cool to me that we had a water tower. So as far as the prompt goes about pin it, every time I see the water tower as I'm driving home, I smile. So I thought, okay, I'll take this opportunity to scrapbook about that. So there's my photo. And I pulled the Echo Park collection For the Record 2. And it's a very yellow, blue, green collection. And there's a lot of green in this photo. And the water tower is actually blue. And the name on it is in a darker blue. So I thought this would be a good starting point for the layout. And I pulled this, this is from Becky Fleck from Scrapbook Page Maps, and I pulled this because I thought maybe that I would use it, but now I'm not so sure. I'm going to keep it out because, believe me, in the month of February, I have scrapbooked 30 already. So it's the 22nd, and I have scrapbooked, or it's the 23rd now. One of these days, I'm losing time. But I think I've made 35 scrapbook pages in the month of February, and I'm feeling a bit, I won't say burned out because I love to scrapbook and could do it all the time, but I'm feeling like creatively drained a bit, I guess. And I pulled this because I thought maybe if I used a sketch, it would go a little faster. I pulled it out. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it or stick to it or anything like that, but it's there. I pulled these Say It in Pearls from Prima, and it's got the blues and the greens in it, so I thought I could use those. And I pulled these Lily Bee Design Victoria Park stickers, and I really like this one down here that said In the Neighborhood. So, and again, it's green and blue, so it works, and then maybe some of these other elements will work with this Echo Park paper as well. So that's where we're going to start, and we'll see where we go from there. Thank you guys for watching. Hey guys, so I'm going to start this layout by going through all the pattern papers like I normally do when I pick out a collection set. I look at the things that I think may work, and I decided that I really liked this floral background paper, this floral pattern paper, and I don't use florals a lot, but I do love them. I just tend to go for more geometric shapes or more abstract shapes than like flowers, but I do love them. So I really like this green and blue this pattern paper with the green and blue flowers. So I decided that I would use that. And now I'm just cutting out some of these journaling cards that I think will work with my layout. And that one says recorded, and at the top of that little, what do you call that? The little tab at the top of that pattern on there says recorded. So now I'm cutting the branding strip off of that floral paper, and I am going to use this patterned paper here, this blue and aqua pattern, across the center of the page. And now I'm gonna cut, I thought I was going to just use a couple of little strips above and below the blue and aqua paper, but I changed my mind about that, and you'll see what I do with these in a minute. This layout actually was, it didn't take very long to get together at all, 39 minutes from start to finish for this layout. I find that when I use a collection pack, it always goes faster, because the figuring out what patterns to use, what papers to use is easier, of course, when you use a collection pack, because they all match. So it works out pretty well. So now I'm just adhering that down, and I decided that I would just put these two pieces of paper that I put that border punch. So I used the Fisker Scallop Sentiment Punch, and I thought that I would just use that above and below the picture to give the picture some grounding, because I didn't want to, I knew that the picture was going to be surrounded by a lot of different elements, so I didn't want to mat it, basically. So now I'm using some washi tape, and I thought I was going to use that one green, but then the green didn't work as well, so now I'm going to adhere the photo and those papers that I put on the photo, and I'm going to use this very green washi tape from this My Mind's Eye collection. And I'm noticing here that tag that I used, that I thought I was going to put my journaling on, I realized here that it's just fading into that background paper, that blue and aqua background paper. So this is an American Crafts sticker book that is from a very old collection, and I don't even know where I got it, but this sticker says "Dream a Little Dream." And I thought that was, and see, I put it down and was like, oh, I don't know if I like that there. I wish I had backed that sticker with some white cardstock and then put it down so that you wouldn't be able to see the corner of the photo as you can see it now. But, you know, you live and you learn. I wish I would have backed that with some white cardstock or something, but that's the way it goes. And now I'm looking at, these are flowers that I got from the floral section of the craft store. They were having a sale on them, and these are little, I guess they call them wheat sprigs or something like that. They're like, I don't even know how you would describe them. They're kind of oval shaped, and they're in these sprigs. It almost looks like wheat, and they're this ombre kind of green, so they go from dark to light green. So I'm using some glue dots right along the spine, or the stalk, I guess, of those wheat things. And I've had these for a very long time, but I don't know what I don't know what made me think of them while I was working on this layout, but I really like how they turn out. They're shiny, and I don't know. They match really good. I was very happy that I remembered that they were there. And I just cut they have gold like stems, I guess you would say, and I just cut them off. I was going to put them underneath the picture, but then I didn't pop the picture up off the page. It's laid flat, so it would have created a bubble like on the picture, so I didn't, underneath the picture, so I didn't want to do that. So then I just trimmed the gold stems off, and then I added that flower. It's from my stash. I don't know who made it. It was just in my flower and button drawer. And now I'm looking at some more. I know I want to layer some tags. I'm going to layer some tags onto the right side of this photo. Starting with that one I cut from the Echo Park collection, and then finding some others that will go. And now that's all. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm off looking, and even with all this looking through all of this stuff to find stuff, like I said, 39 minutes from start to finish for this layout, which for me is pretty good. In fact, since someone suggested or asked to know like what the full time it takes to make a layout for me is, they come in right around an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half is typically my time. So that's not too bad, I guess. So I found some tags that I liked, and I'm just gonna sit here and lay them out. I'm using it's a I will always remember kind of word journal thing from My Mind's Eye, and those are Studio Calico tags there, the green and the kind of grayish blue one. And then that's a Sassafras Memories. That one there is from not sassafras, sarsaparilla from October Afternoon. And then I was going to use that LE Studio date and place, but because I'm going to make this, I'm writing down the name of this My Mind's Eye tag here, because once you glue it down, I won't be able to pick it back up to find out which one it is. They print the branding information on the back, so I wanted to make sure that I wrote that down and documented what that was before I went ahead and adhered it. So now it's just a matter of trying to figure out where I had my layers originally and putting them back where they were. I'm going to cut that LE Studio down, and underneath that that LE Studio tag says love it, love it, love it, love it, like over and over, and like it repeats. And I really like that, and it was the reason I chose that, but unfortunately you'll see at the end I cover that up. So I thought about using that blue flower, and then I really wanted to use that In the Neighborhood from, what is that from? Let's see. It's Lily B Designs Victoria Park stickers. It says In the Neighborhood there. And I cut this LE Studio tag down because I didn't want the yellow. But then when I decide that I want my title to be Welcome Home, my original thought was where it says date and place, I was going to put the word home where place is. But then I decided that I wanted my title to be Welcome Home, so I got rid of that date. That LE Studio date and place sticker altogether. And here's I'm looking at some other flowers. I want a flower in this bottom right hand corner, so I'd choose these paper flowers. And again, I think these are Prima, but I'm not sure. Because at one time I took all my flowers out of all their packaging and just threw them in a drawer. So, I really can't tell you, but I layered 2 paper flowers there on the bottom right, and then I'm going to add some more of these green wheat stems or twigs or whatever you call them things. And I'm going to put 2 of them down there, and that's where I say, where it says love it, love it, love it on the bottom of that LE Studio tag. You're not going to see it, so. I will eventually put another one down there. I don't know where I am now. I ran off. Oh, we're going to look at some journaling pens. I went over and pulled out a collection of them to see which one was going to match this layout the most. And here I cut that backing paper because I wanted to see if I could manipulate that embellishment to work on the page, and I couldn't get it to work. I have the hardest time using them, those rhinestone and pearl embellishment things. But here's a look at the final page, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.